welcome back, flower people. This is actually our third video of our Fussy Flower series. And just like the carnation, there's two different ways to position a rose. We want to share that information with you so that you can make the best decision when you're placing it in your floral album. It's going to have a lot of moisture in this area right here, you can tell. So that's what's going to take the hardest and the longest to dry. But also, just like the carnation, there's two ways to position your rose. And this is the first way to position it. It's like, you don't want to fan it out, you just want to leave it just the way it is. And it's going to have a little bit of a different look. So something like this, right? You're going to make sure you have your stems snipped off. And then I like to put 3 quick dry papers at the top and the bottom because, like we talked about on the others, there's just so much moisture. And you're going to see, so you don't really have to smash it down too much, but just a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and cinch it up with our string. You want to pinch it here and here, right? You're going to pinch it here and here. You're going to tie it off. I'm going to tie it off here. You can tie it off anywhere. So you just want to make sure that when you cinch it up, you have about the same amount of airflow going through it. So the first 30 seconds. Okay, so here we have our rose. This is the first position I want to share with you, where we're just going to try to do it from the side and not fan it out. It's going to have 2 different looks and it's going to present 2 different ways. And I always say there's no right or wrong, it's just what looks good to you. So here's our first one. I kind of like the way that looks. Again, there's a lot of moisture right here, so let's go ahead and pop it in for another 25 seconds. But I think it's looking really nice right now. I like the way it's positioned, and it's gonna look great in your floral album. So again, that's just one position. And what's so nice about the roses is they're really bulky at your first initial 30 seconds in, but they decrease 50% on that first 30 seconds. And in that first 30 seconds, it really sets the color. And that's what it's gonna look like throughout all of your preserving process. Okay, 25 seconds. Let's look at our second time in with our rose. Again, we have it positioned just flat on the side. We didn't fan it out. So here's the back side. Let's see what the front side looks like. I think it looks amazing. It looks so nice. So again, where we're having the problem area is right here because that's where all the moisture is. So I'm gonna zap it another, and you can see, look at the moisture in the quick dry papers on the top and on the bottom. So we're starting to have a little bit of a bleed from all the flowers we're doing, but if that becomes a problem, guys, just flip your papers over and put it on the side where there's no color. But the whole idea of the evaporation process that's going on outside of the microwave, you know, your quick dry paper is going to continue to keep drying. So that's the whole idea, is to get the moisture out. Let's put it in another 25 seconds, and then we'll probably go ahead and use that chrysanthemum method and see how dry we can get it. So doing it this way and having these flowers that have all this moisture, it's just going to speed up the process, and you're still going to have a beautiful outcome. Actually, even a better outcome because it's going to look more 3D. So let's put in there 25 seconds. Okay, this is the third time. And the only reason I'm doing this, because I could tell you how to do it, is just I want you to see these particular flowers because they do hold so much moisture that there's little tips and tricks that I use. Just gonna make it so much easier and dry so much faster. Okay, and I wish you could feel this, but there's so much moisture coming out of this flower right now. So I wanna go ahead and now I wanna just put a couple pieces of the quick dry paper on top, maybe an extra one. And let's go ahead and just zap it in there for probably 15 seconds because again, there's so much moisture right in that one area. Okay, it's the first time without both of the preserving boards. Let's see what we have, how dry it's getting. Hopefully, yeah, let's use our tweezers. I always try to tell everybody to use the tweezers. They just work out so much better. But I can tell you can't see it so much, but I'm already seeing a lot of the moisture coming out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop it back in there for another 15 seconds. I always say this is my chrysanthemum method, and that's only having one preserving board with some weight from the quick dry papers on top. So another 15 seconds, see what we have. Okay, so here's our second time without the preserving board on top. Just want to see what it looks like, and it looks nice. I can already tell that you can see a lot of the moisture's coming out of it, so you can have it either way. You can have it on the front side, the back side, whatever you think looks nicer, however it's going to present. So we still have a lot of moisture in there. Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and do another 25 seconds with both boards, because again, there's just so much moisture, and I could do it quicker, but I just want to always say less is more, and just have patience and know that you're going to have your best possible outcome if you just take your time and go slow. If you go too fast, you can burn it, and you can change the colors, or you're just not going to have that vibrant of a flower if you go too fast. So let's go. I'm going to go another 25 seconds because there's a lot of moisture in there. Just sometimes people are under the gun and they really want to hurry up and get through the process, and I can tell you this is the fastest way to do it, and that's to switch it up with 2 boards and 1 board. Okay, let's see what we have. So you can see this is one of our more moist flowers. Okay, let's flip the back side. So there you go. It looks really nice. You can't really tell, but you have to realize how many layers are in there. So you just keep going slow, 20 seconds now, just until it dries, or go ahead and just add a couple pieces of paper on top, which I'll do right now. Another, say I'm gonna do 15 seconds. And you can probably do 20 seconds because it has a lot of layers and a lot of moisture. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 20 seconds. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so now I threw a 20 seconds in there because there's just, again, so much moisture. And it's really all about the process. So the colors are still really nice. If you could feel this, it's really hot. You could feel the moisture really starting to come out of it. So we could keep doing this process. We want to let it be as dry as possible. And that's what I would do. You're going to feel it's moist and you want to get it dry. So you could do it in the microwave a couple more times, probably 15 seconds, 10 seconds on the top. It's going to have this position. And the reason I want to show you this is like you can get the inside drier with doing the chrysanthemum method, and also just another way to position your rose, and that's just to smash it down flat. So I showed you how to smash it down. Now we want to fan it out, and you want to make sure the stem's off the bottom, right? Okay, so we're going to fan it out and position it down so it just presents better. Let's look at that. And so if your rose is really, really tight and it hasn't bloomed and you want it to have more of a fan look like this, put it in hot water or warm water for about an hour, and it'll make it bloom faster. And that way you can, if you're ready to start preserving your flowers, you can get right at it and you don't have to wait for it to get to be a bigger, easier bloom. So let's go ahead, and obviously we know that this is big and bulky, so we want to try to pinch it off. On this side, go this side. Again, what I like about the boards is they are so flexible and you can tie them off anywhere. So 30 seconds. Okay. So I kind of share with you how to get the moisture out of your roses. This rose here, I'm just going to show you basically a different way to position it. And that's, I showed you first time to flatten it out, and this way is to kind of fan it out. And you're going to have this kind of look. And that's what we're going to go through. And I'm not going to go through every step because it's the same rose, it's the same idea. You want to do it 30 seconds, 25 seconds, 25 seconds, and then when you feel like you can't get the moisture out of it and you feel like it's too much in there, then go ahead and do the chrysanthemum method, and that is to put 3 or 4 quick dry papers on top, pop it in the microwave for 20 seconds until it's dry. And then don't ever forget to, at the end, put your preserving mist with your diffuser and get it completely dry before you put it in your album. So I like the way that looks. It just shows you two different ways. Let's get the other one back out here. So the same rose, they can dry any way you want. They can dry in this position or this position, just whatever you think looks the best. So that's a tip and trick I want to share with you. So that's all I have for now, guys. If you like what you saw, the tips and tricks and other tutorials, then just go click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up, and also follow us on Instagram at the Floral Preservation Company. And remember, keep preserving flower, people, because I know you'll never regret creating floral memories. So until next time, see ya.